Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. I done found I'm trying not to say a bad word. I found a magazine called The Cool Down. And I'm assuming it's called The Cool Down because it is created to usher in this climate agenda and help push the propaganda that you could do these things in this magazine, and it's going to bring the temperature down that 1.5 degrees Celsius that they say we need to keep the earth cool. Um, y'all, this stuff is out of control. Let me tell you, the children of the corn stay busy. They are so busy. Woo! If I didn't know better, I would think the restrainer was already removed, but I know it's not because we're not suffering nearly as much as the word says we are going to. So, with that said, let me get on to this story because it's so ridiculous. It does not make any sense. I'm going to read this to you. Then I'm going to just add my 2 cents. Put your thinking caps on. The U.S. to reach major electricity milestone in 2024. So, a lot of stuff going to be happening next year. That could save residents thousands. They have had the fastest growth. We don't know who they is. Most homeowners could save about $120 per month on their electric bill on average, they say. They see how they're always selling you something about money. Everything they want to do is always tied to money or comfort or better or helping the poor. Just these big generalizations about stuff. And at the end of the day, none of it is true. It's just all to get you to buy into it so that you can help them you can willingly help them usher in their agenda. So it says with the demand for solar power soaring, the sun worshippers, anyway, the United States is expected to produce 14% more energy from the sun than from hydropower, which is water power, in 2024, as reported by Fortune. According to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the EIA, solar facilities for both homes and businesses have experienced dramatic growth in recent years as the world aims to curb planet warming pollution. So now you see the agenda laid it out for you. Okay, let's continue. In September 2022, U.S. solar generated electricity surpassed hydropower, water power, for the first time. EIA data showed that solar power produced about 19 billion kilowatt hours compared to 17 billion kilowatt hours of electricity from hydroelectric dams. After solar power outpaced hydro again in the summer of 2023, the administration forecasted annual solar power production exceeding hydropower by 2024. Of course they are, because they need the solar power to be pushed because they want everybody to get these lithium battery things. People just thinking, oh, I'm going to put some panels on my house and it's going to be wired and the power just going to come through and la, la, la. You got to buy lithium batteries. Those lithium batteries is why they run around here digging up the earth and need all the resources and trying to recolonize Africa and South America and finding lithium deposits all over the globe suddenly now. So they're going to go from fossil fuel, and so you won't be able to use natural gas, and they will go to solar power, but they're going to dig up the earth using all types of big machines that use fossil fuels. Or even if they don't use fossil fuels, they're still going to be destroying resources, not helping the earth, because there's a lot of people that's going to need cars and public transportation and e-bikes and all those things that they want you to have. But it's not going to work because it's a stupid idea. But anyway, for decades, energy companies have constructed far more solar farms than hydroelectric dams due to declining cost, improved efficiency, and rising demand for sun-powered energy. In fact, the EIA found that from 2009 to 2022, solar energy capacity increased by 44% per year, while hydroelectric development averaged less than 1% annually. The other thing that I keep thinking about with this solar power stuff, in some regards, it's almost as if we are worshiping the sun, in which we are not supposed to do. But the way they keep talking about solar power is going to save us, solar power is going to decrease this, solar power is going to do this, that. Well, Most High said he gonna take the sun out and the moon too. It's gonna be dark. So what y'all gonna do? What's gonna happen? It's going to be so hot, the water's drying up. And what's not drying up is going down in the deep recesses of the earth. If the earth is quaking and shaking and the geography is getting ready to move, then whatever lake deposits or freshwater deposits that we have now, we won't have those in 2024 going forward. Or not, I'm not saying that all of them would be gone or not usable, but I'm just, giving a hypothetical. It don't make no sense, is what I'm trying to say. But okay. Anywho, more solar power becomes available. As more solar power becomes available, it can help cool our overheating planet since it doesn't emit harmful pollution to produce electricity as dirty energy sources do. So here we go. Now, I ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all already know how I feel about it. And if you have good common sense, you got a healthy brain, you should use it because this don't make no sense. Also, if you're worried about outrageous electric bills due to sweltering temperatures, installing solar panels may give you and your bank account more security. You don't have to have no solar panels. I'll just tell you, like the old people in the South, don't nobody has to have that. Nobody has to have that. Nobody needs solar panels. Our ancestors lived by the sun and the moon. When the sun went down, they used candles, they used kerosene, they used whatever. Oh, they just sat down. They went to bed. Nobody didn't have no solar, nothing. There was no such thing. We don't have to have that. And your bill will be cheap. If you don't have any power and you have an outhouse, guess what? You don't have no bills. If you have a water pump in your yard, you pumping your water directly out of your well from the ground, and you found other alternatives to heat your water to sterilize it, or you found some other way to purify your water. I mean, you don't have to have that. If you get solar power, you're going to need solar batteries in order to keep it going. And that's the thing that people don't really understand. Those batteries are expensive and they don't always work well. People have problems with them. It's very problematic. And I know they say they've been testing out this technology, but at such a critical mass where, they're encouraging a lot of people to get this stuff. And, you never hear anybody disgruntled talking about it. But I can remember in Florida before I left, people were, had it for a while. And they were complaining about how, it wasn't really saving them any money. They got a deal in the beginning, but then after a certain period of time, they start getting bills that were more than their old utility bills. So there's no cakewalk. You're not saving money. You're gonna save money in the short term. It's gonna sound good and look good in the short term, but in the long term, they're gonna stick you in your back and turn the knife, and you're gonna be stuck. They're not gonna even give you a bandage to stop the bleeding. According to solar energy company EcoFlow, most homeowners could save about $120 per month on their electric bill on average. Notice to say on average. With a typical setup, those savings are affected by numerous factors. Plus, thanks to the Energy Policy Act of 2005, homeowners can claim a solar investment tax credit on their federal income taxes, helping to keep more money in their wallet. So they always tie everything to money. anything that they want you to do. This whole thing is about this climate agenda. But notice everything got to do with money, because that's what people love. They've trained us to be addicted to money. They've trained us to move by the marketing of savings and money, and to feel like you always got to get a deal. You ain't get no deal. There ain't no deal. The deal is bad. Walk away. Figure out ways to live primitively. Do not be swayed by these crooks and scoundrels. These people who are definitely not human, because I just can't figure out why they keep coming up with new ways to just use resources that are unnecessary, making life more difficult. And then you get all these batteries. You got to dispose of this stuff. You can't dispose of it after they make it. It got to be disposed of a certain way. You got to pay. Don't nobody have time for this. Don't nobody have time for this. And we ain't going to have no money because we're going to be poor. If you got strong convictions and you're not planning on going along with this system, if you survive, you won't have any money anyway. So no need to be invested in all this stuff. Learn how to live primitively. Learn how to make your own charcoal out of wood. Learn how to do without. Go back. Think about how your great grandparents lived. Think about how people lived. They didn't have none of this stuff and they was fine. Much healthier than we are, much stronger, a lot leaner. People lived without this stuff. They're selling it to you like, oh, you're going to be missing out on something if you don't have it. We ain't been had it on as long as the earth's been here, we didn't have that. So you don't need it now. Just that simple. But anyway, this is a very interesting magazine, and I'm sure I will be bringing you more stories from it, because all of it is tied to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And although they're not saying it, but I just find it interesting that these things are popping up all over the place. And you never heard of it before. Everything is about energy and saving money, and you don't know nothing about this magazine. Nothing. The only reason I'm here is because I saw another article that I was looking for, and it was on this magazine, and I couldn't find it. But you don't know where this stuff coming from. We don't know where this stuff coming from. Nothing. We just come up with stuff, be pulling stuff out of their behind. So, in any event, we got to be very careful about these new magazines that just kind of pop up. I was trying to get to the about so I could see where this thing came from, because it just wasn't here. It said 2023, the Cool Down Company. Now, originally, I saw this article on Yahoo, and that's why I clicked on it. But sometimes they'll have news stories on Yahoo, but they'll have the name of the magazine that it came from at the top of the article. So if it's a name that I'm not accustomed to seeing, I will click on the name and try to find the story on that site, because I like to know where my sources are coming from. And this is a perfect example. So let me show you. Your guide to a cleaner, cooler future. The cool down is all about making it easy to help yourself while helping the planet. The way we shop, the way we eat, the way we get around, the way we power, heat, and cool our homes, all this and more is already changing thanks to clean tech and innovation. We believe the best is still to come in the years ahead, and we want to connect you to the cleaner, cooler future with stories and tips you're not getting anywhere else. I bet you do. Don't give up. It's true, our planet is in trouble. Yeah, baby, y'all in trouble. Y'all children of the corn are in trouble. Pollution is making it harder for humans and animals to thrive and causing extreme weather like stronger hurricanes, heavier floods, bigger fires, and intense heat waves. Why? How come it can't be the adversary, the children of the corn, who worked for the children of the corn? I mean, yes, he worked in concert with the children of the corn through them to do these things. And it could be judgment. Why it can't be those things? But it does not have to be this way because we know how to solve these problems. They know everything because they are God. And the solutions are going to make all of our lives better. Ain't done so thus far. So I wouldn't count on it. They're going to make us safer, lies. Richer, lies. Healthier, lie. And happier. Y'all know that's a lie. All we have to do is make the choice to act. I've been bamboozled already. Plenty of times. Don't miss out. Consider us your in the know friend who can help you figure out what, the how, and the why of sustainable living. We've got actionable advice for healthier habits and inspiring stories about people making a difference. We've done the research. They've already done it for us. So we don't have to. You better be afraid if they done research for you already. That's how you know it's dangerous. Because children of the corn and research, and then they telling it to you because they own all the evil communications. And we have the inside scoop on products and practices that can improve your life without sacrificing quality, happiness, or fun. Lies. We invite you to join our community of people who want to be on the cutting edge of a better world. And we hope you'll let us help you build a cooler future for yourself and your loved ones. So this is how you know it's tied to that 1.5 degrees cooling down of the earth. So they're going to be pushing all this stuff, propaganda to us. So I just want to share this with you. And I'm trying to see who these people are. David Finocchio, co-founder of CEO. I say he's the co-founder and CEO of, and I guess he said the light bulb movement. Living on the West Coast, I'm getting tired of my kids having to breathe smoke for weeks to months every year. Well, you could just move. Anna Robertson, co-founder, head content. Ryan Alberti, co-founder, head of operations. Oh, light bulb moment. I'm sorry. I don't know any of these people, but what we do know is they're children of the corn. I'm ready to own an electric car and bike. Oh, everybody's saying the same old good, happy stuff. Oh, most excited about scaling back significantly on eating meat. See how these people, everybody, y'all better stop following the children of the corn. Everybody's got an agenda. Most excited about starting to compost. Most excited about transforming my yard into a regenerative native ecosystem. Oh, eating more locally, growing my own food, and composting. Um, mm, 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 mm. Most excited about the clean economic revolution that's going to kick off a new American century. They're telling y'all what they doing, what's going to be coming our way. This man said he's trying to eliminate everything from his house that pumps greenhouse gases into the atmosphere. So I'm just curious about who these people are, why they were chosen. Anyway, y'all see the agenda. I've showed you the agenda. I'm working very diligently to make sure I connect all the dots because when the Sunday law comes up and it's going to be tied to we need to rest because the earth is hot and tired and bothered, you'll understand how we got here. And so it's a steady stream of propaganda being created and content for us to believe. And a lot of people have already bought into it, from the first time they introduced recycling and had us doing all this stuff in school and talking about it. And I thought about it for a little while and did it. I was like, this don't make no sense. Just like so many other things. I don't know why the Holy Spirit just be on me so bad. But just things just don't make sense to me. And I will just, I may buy into it because they say it, but then I'll just start thinking about it with my own brain. It's like, this don't make no sense. We do this, and they told us to do this stuff, and now it's not bad, so we got to go do something else. It's always like that. But everything is about consumerism. Everything is about parting us with our wealth, our hard-earned money, keeping us slaves, working. It's just a whole parasitic system. And that is what is happening. So white supremacy got to reinvent itself. And so, as you see these other nations aligning and creating their um, trade agreements and exchanging their money, white supremacy, the West, is also reinventing itself so that whatever is left will have to fall in line. And they'll be doing a new thing too. It won't be the same old thing because they're going to be a whole lot poorer. They're not going to be able to rely on these resources from these other nations. And they're not going to be able to bully these other nations because now these other nations have partnered with people, with two nations who are as powerful as the West and the United States. So we're living in very interesting times, but you got to use your common sense. You got to investigate everything. You got to follow the money. You just got to look at everything. And that's one of the reasons why I went to this about page, so I can just kind of show you. You can feel and see when you being lied to and propagandized. And I could tell by this piece that's what was going on. So I wanted to come here and see. But the name of this magazine is called The Cool Down, and it has an agenda. I don't know who these people are, but what we need to understand is that the agenda is accelerating, and we're going to be forced into a lot of things that we don't want to do. And so we just need to be prepared and be armed with knowledge. Knowledge is power. All right, please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so that you'll be notified each and every time I upload new content. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram, as well as Rumble and Odyssey, so that any event that I am prevented from uploading to this channel, or I'm banned permanently, I will have a way to communicate with you and continue to share with you the information that I have created over the past year or so. All my old content will be on Odyssey. Everything that I upload also automatically uploads to Odyssey. So in the event there's something that you can't find and this channel is gone, you can just go to the Odyssey channel, and all of the videos are there as well with descriptions. So make sure you do that, because we don't know how long we're going to be able to continue to upload as the censorship continues, the shadow banning continues, and the monitoring of our words continue. We will likely be censored and probably be booted off the platform. There are certain things I know we can't talk about, like those fake people, the ish people. We can't talk about them. So you have to find new ways to describe what you're talking about, which is what I try to do. And we're very good at that and crafty in the South. So we can call you something without you knowing what we're talking about. So that's what I'm working on. Thus far, it's been working. I have not had any issues, but I don't know, for how long that's going to work. In any event, y'all keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Watch out for these agendas. Watch out for the propaganda. Follow the money. Don't be afraid to investigate, especially while this internet is still up. Investigate everything. Be critical of everything. Be suspicious of everything, including me, because I don't want to mislead anybody. But I do try to share my sources that I share with you so that I won't be accused of pulling something out of my butt to share with you. Now, I will tell you, I do have my own thoughts and opinions, which I share, but I do try to bring you, for the most part, content that is out there in the world that you can go and read yourself, and you can click on the links yourself, and you can do your own research. But if you don't, that's on you. Um, if you can come here, you can also go a couple of steps further to do your own investigating. You need your own understanding and your own wisdom. Just use this information that I share with you as a data point or as a lead to help you on this journey. We're all being lied to, so we all need to find out the truth. And the truth is going to be different for all of us, but we need to stand on truth. We need to always be looking for truth, and we need to build up our confidence and our critical thinking skills so that, in line with the Holy Spirit, so that when we see something or hear something, we've had enough truth or seen enough lies that we are able to discern what's true and what's not. Because the day is coming where, like I said, everything's going to change. The internet's going to go down, the power's going to go out, things going to come back up, and truth is going to be different. Truth is going to be whatever they say it is, and you won't be able to verify nothing. So you need to know that you know. And the only way you do that is to practice seeking truth. You seek it in your word, in the Torah, in the scripture, in the Bible. You do it by, just confirming things. And like I said, following money. See who's associated with what. Who's in control? Why are they in control? How do they benefit? At the end of the day, we're all going to be collateral damage. So we got to do what we got to do to protect ourselves. And again, knowledge and wisdom is power. It's the one thing they can't take away from you. They can take away your money. They can take away your house. They can take away your car. They can take, your life. They can persecute you in a number of ways. But what they can't do is, once you know the truth, try to convince you otherwise. When you know, you know. So keep seeking wisdom and knowledge, family. That's all I got. All right. This is Marley K, and I am out.